In this video, we are going to learn the layout of the account transaction screen, how to search for transactions, and how to deal with mistakes on transactions using remove and redo or edit. When you have reconciled your bank statement line to your transaction, they seem to both disappear. So where do they go? Well, you'll find them listed in the account transaction screen, which you can get to from the bank reconciliation screen here. And here you'll see transactions listed in date order, starting most recent. There's the date of the transaction, the type of transaction and the contact name it is made under, the amount of the transaction, whether it is spent or received, and also a running balance of the sum of the transactions. There are also two columns here that we will talk about later. I can also rearrange the order the transactions appear according to the columns by clicking on them here. So if I click the date heading, the transactions will rearrange, showing the least recent first. Then if I click it again, the most recent will show. Let's have a look at what the transactions look like. If I click into this one here, you'll see the transaction. And then if I click this View Details up here, you'll see the bank statement line that is reconciled to it. And if we have a look at this example here, this is a bill payment. So if we click into it, the bill doesn't pop up straight away. But if we drill into this link, here's the bill. And then if we go back and click this View Details, I can see the bank statement line that is reconciled to the bill. So in this list, if you see the word payment with a colon, it is a bill or an invoice. And if there's no payment, it's a spend or receive money transaction. If I need to search for a transaction, I can click this search button, which opens up a search box. For example, if I need to search recent payments made by Rex Media, I fill in the terms of my search and click search. Then Xero returns the results of the search. Now, let's imagine that I have made a mistake in bank reconciliation where I have matched the wrong bank statement line to the wrong transaction. So I just matched a basket case invoice to the prepayment from Jacaranda Maple Systems. So I need to find the transaction and get rid of it so I can reconcile the bank statement line again. To do this, we use the Remove and Redo feature. So first, we need to go to the Account Transactions screen and search for the transaction. Then we need to select it by ticking this box here. Then we scroll up and click this Remove and Redo button here. Then Xero gives us a warning message that the transaction will be deleted, which I say yes to. And then Xero deletes the transaction and returns the bank statement line to the bank reconciliation screen, ready to reconcile again. If the mistake you make with a transaction is only small, for example, you coded it to the wrong chart of account code or used the wrong contact, you can edit the transaction instead of deleting it completely. So let's imagine I have coded a 7-Eleven transaction incorrectly. So first I find the transaction, then click into it, Then click Options, Edit Transaction, and make the necessary changes. Then click Update. Note: with sales invoices and bills, there are only certain fields that you can edit. So looking at this example here, you'll see there are only certain fields you can edit. If you need to change these other fields, the payment transaction has to be removed first using Remove and Redo. Then you can fully edit the bill or invoice. Once you've done that, you can go back and reconcile the bank statement line to the newly edited bill or invoice. So you use Remove and Redo if the transaction is completely wrong and you need to reconcile the bank statement line again. You use Edit to make small corrections to a spend or receive money transaction. To recap, the account transaction screen is where we need to go if we need to edit a transaction, or delete it to reconcile the bank statement line again. It is also where we can search for transactions if we need to look back at what we've reconciled.